Yeah, my shoulder messed up, everyone. So don't tell Canelo. It may be the right, maybe the left, but it's both of them. I'm having problems with my shoulders.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds.
Is it something to worry about? Yes. Can it affect the fight? Absolutely. I just said how.
The boxing world has been shaken to its core after shocking reports claim that Terence Crawford has suffered a major injury just days before his highly anticipated clash with Canelo Alvarez. What was supposed to be one of the biggest fights in modern boxing history is now hanging in the balance. Fans, analysts, and fighters everywhere are debating whether the bout should move forward or be cancelled altogether. The news has set off a storm of reactions, with many insiders warning that this injury could change the entire landscape of the fight.
But word on the street is that Bud Crawford has hurt his shoulder or re-injured a shoulder that had been surgically repaired.
Former world champion and respected boxing analyst Tim Bradley didn't hold back when reacting to the news of Crawford's injury. Bradley, known for speaking his mind without fear, criticized Crawford harshly, suggesting that these injury claims might just be excuses ahead of the massive fight with Canelo. In a fiery statement, he insisted that true champions always push through adversity, questioning whether Crawford is already looking for a way out of the toughest challenge of his career. His bold remarks have only added more fire to the already heated debate about the future of this blockbuster showdown.
Crawford 100%. Crawford is 100%. If he ain't 100%, he 90%. He's still gonna fight. He's still gonna fight. That's just what it is. Forget that shoulder. Bro, this is what we signed up for. This is part of being a fighter. That's what it's part of. This is what you wanted. This is what you got. This is what comes with it. That's it. Stop making excuses. No team. Winner takes all on this one.
Oscar De La Hoya has also weighed in, pointing out that Crawford is making a big leap in weight to face Canelo, a natural and experienced super middleweight. De La Hoya believes that Canelo's strength, power, and comfort at this weight class could create huge problems for Crawford, especially as the fight wears on. While he praised Crawford's intelligence, speed, and technical skill, he doubts those tools alone will be enough to neutralize Canelo's advantages. According to De La Hoya, Canelo is likely to apply steady pressure, land heavy shots, and gradually take over the fight, possibly winning by decision or even stoppage after wearing Crawford down.
Do you feel that Terence has a shot in beating Canelo Alvarez?
When I watched Terence Crawford get rattled and rocked by Yorkis Gamboa, who's a natural 30-pounder, it's going to be a huge problem when he gets hit by Canelo, who's a natural 175. So he fights at 175. He's fighting these big monsters. Yeah. He's not getting rattled at all.
No.
Berlanga's a big kid.
Right.
Yeah. So it makes me think, I mean, how is Crawford going to keep him away for 12 rounds? Canelo's going to come at him hard. Right. But then again, I think about Crawford's abilities and his IQ and his footwork.
Boy Anthony, Executive Club, getting a fresh haircut. But just want to talk about Canelo. Crawford is coming up this weekend, and everybody's excited. Here in Vegas, the electricity is in the air. So, look, even though these guys are, combined almost 80 years old, it should be a good fight. And let me tell you why. Crawford is coming up 2 weight classes, and he's coming off a year's layoff. So that's a huge advantage for Canelo. If Canelo forces his will on him, he'll probably be 190 pounds inside the ring on fight night. I give him a great shot in the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th round to knock out Crawford. If he doesn't do that, then Crawford is going to box his ears off. It might be another Mayweather versus Canelo. Remember when Mayweather was just schooling him and making him look silly? That can happen again this Saturday. So everything has to be perfect for Crawford. He has to use his footwork. He has to use his speed, his combinations, his ring IQ. He has to stay disciplined. And Canelo, all he has to do is take Crawford's punches, but he cannot be comfortable inside the ring.
Popular commentator Showbiz the Adult also addressed the growing rumors. He admitted that the speculation comes from Crawford's long layoff, his age, and reports of past training setbacks. However, he urged fans not to jump to conclusions. Showbiz reminded viewers that injury talk always surfaces before major fights, often as a way to create hype or to excuse a possible loss. While he didn't rule out the possibility that Crawford may be experiencing soreness from moving up in weight, he emphasized that there's no solid proof that the injury is serious enough to threaten the fight.
From this side of my mouth, is it something to worry about? Yes. Can it affect the fight? Absolutely. I just said how, right? Absolutely can. Especially when you're packing on extra muscle, your shoulders get heavy anyway. When your shoulders are overdeveloped and you packing muscle on. And if you have a shoulder injury, it will affect you, okay? I mean, I'm one of those people. It is what it is. I say it all the time, bro. It is what it is, all right? These are human beings. They're real people. If you have an injury, it will affect you 100%. These aren't robots. This ain't a damn cartoon. It's not a movie. It's real life, all right? A lot of you guys got issues now physically. You throw you in a ring, you'll be like, yo, my back was killing me. You know what I'm saying? But with that said,
Shawn Porter, who fought Crawford back in 2021, also shared his concerns about this matchup. Porter admitted he worries about how Crawford will handle Canelo's power over the course of 12 full rounds. He noted that Canelo is naturally bigger and would almost certainly use that size to his advantage, throwing heavy punches early to break Crawford down. While Porter deeply respects Crawford's sharp skills and brilliant ring IQ, he warned that constant pressure from a bigger, stronger fighter could prove extremely dangerous.
The others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean? So
Crawford, however, has strongly denied these claims of injury. At a recent media event in Las Vegas, he dismissed the rumors as pure nonsense, calling them distractions meant to stir doubt. To prove his point, he freely moved his arms in front of reporters, showing no sign of pain or stiffness. Crawford confidently declared that he is in top form and at his natural weight, calm but firm. He insisted that nothing, absolutely nothing, will stop him from giving everything to what he described as the biggest fight of his career.
There's rumors that you've got a shoulder injury. Do you have a shoulder injury, or is that just rubbish?
Where I got a shoulder injury, I don't know. I think people coming up with their own, antics. Terence Crawford got shoulder injury. Terence Crawford out of shape. Terence Crawford slow. Terence Crawford. Yeah, they coming up with all kinds of stuff.
Are you feeling a difference in power now you've moved up and you're at your natural weight?
Of course. Power is definitely going to come with it. So that's not any worries that I ever had.
Crawford's jabs don't ever miss. Canelo's punches come like a brick. Both got a bag full of tricks. They must eat their way to Bix. Don't come at me, you'll get this. You lanky streak of piss. Don't call you broke, you sis. Go chill and watch Netflix cause of big guns in a mix.
Still, not everyone is convinced. Many critics remain skeptical of Crawford's denials. A widely shared photo of his left shoulder appearing swollen has fueled even more debate. Some believe Crawford is hiding the truth so that Canelo's camp doesn't target the injury. Others argue that at 37 years old, and after more than a year out of the ring, Crawford's recovery and conditioning are not as durable as before. For them, even a minor injury could have a major impact.
Totally debunked this shit. He said that he has no shoulder injury, but at the same time, bro, you can't expect Terence Crawford to come out here right before the fight, if he is injured, that is, and say like, no, yeah, my shoulder is injured. Of course he's not gonna do that shit, right? So he has to deny it. So Terence Crawford denying that he has a shoulder injury, it doesn't really mean shit to me. But how true this is, we're gonna hear the truth about this shoulder injury after the fight. This is probably when, if Terence Crawford loses, you're probably gonna hear that, yeah, my shoulder was injured, this and that, just the list of excuses, it just keeps piling up with this guy, or not with him. I'm not saying Terence Crawford is using these excuses.
Crawford has fired back at these doubts, insisting that his record and achievements speak louder than any rumor. He pointed to his dominant victory over Errol Spence Jr., his undefeated career, his world titles across multiple divisions, and his ability to perform under pressure. Crawford firmly rejected the idea that moving up in weight should automatically discredit his chances, making it clear that his legacy is already secure, no matter what critics say.
But some people say that you've not faced a level of power and precision to the body that Canelo brings, that he's different. Do you think he brings anything different to the table that you haven't seen?
Well, they always say that, They say that with Spence. He's a body snatcher. He's going to break my ribs and so forth, we shall see.
How do you want people to remember this performance when it's all said and over? What's the headline the next day?
Listen, they gonna come up with their own analogy. You know, all I know is they're gonna be saying Terence Crawford was spectacular September 13th.
Now the big question is, do you believe Terence Crawford is really injured and keeping it quiet? Or are these just rumors designed to stir up drama before the clash with Canelo Alvarez? Share your thoughts in the comments below.